Hello and once again welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be looking at another general scholarship that applies to all students across the globe, and we'll be traveling straight to Australia. So let's get started without further ado. We're here at the University of Melbourne, and they have the following programs. You can see they have graduate research scholarships. If you scroll down, you can see awards and scholarships, but graduate research scholarship is preferably better. You can check all of the other ones out. Now, what does it graduate research scholarship covers? You can read it through, and it totals a 100% fee remission and up to $135,000. As if application type, no application is required. You'll be automatically considered for this, provided you submit your application within the scholarship consideration window. Now, applicable areas, of course, all courses of study. Number of scholarships awarded per year is about 600. Citizenship requirement, either Australian domestic student or international. What are the full benefits you have here? Let's check it out. Okay, you have a full fee offset of up to 2 years for student undertaking a master's research degree, up to 4 years for student undertaking a doctoral degree. That is a no school fees requirement. You have a living allowance of $37,000 per year from 2024 full-time study rate per year. You divide that by 12 months, you know what you're collecting or receiving per month, and take that as it may. If you're going for a PhD, you already know what you're earning, over $135,000. And it includes limited pay, sick, maternity, and parenting leave. That is to say, you can actually come with, maybe if you have your children, you could go with your wife, and you could go as a pregnant individual. This clause limited paid sick and maternity and parenting leave. This is something you should take note of, that okay, it's generous enough to, this amount should actually be able to take care of it. Now you have a relocation grant of $2,000 for students moving from states or territories other than Victoria, or $3,000 for students moving from outside Australia, which is what applies to anybody coming from afar off. Nigeria, Ghana, Sri Lanka, Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, and co. We have Asian countries, as many moving from outside of Australia. $3,000 is your relocation grant. This should cover your transportation, visa cost, and everything. Now you have overseas student health insurance or cover. You're taking care of your health is considered and taking full responsibility of. And that being said, let's consider the language requirement. Of course, let's see the eligibility and selection criteria first of all. Okay, you must have applied for and meet the requirement for a graduate research degree at the University of Melbourne, or be currently enrolled in graduate research degree at the University of Melbourne. I love the first clause, which gives room to any one of you watching this video right now. To any one of you watching this video right now, if you are applying and you meet the requirement, consider yourself fortunate to be qualified for this scholarship. And that being said, you can put your application. What is the application process? Of course, if you're a new student and have applied for a graduate research course by the application closing date for the course, you'll be automatically considered for this. You will receive a notification that a scholarship application has been added to your record. That's all. Now, if you have accepted a graduate research course offer, that is, if you've been offered admission on your own before this one, in order to be considered for the scholarship, you must submit an application online by 31st of this month. So either way, whether you've already applied to study at the University of Melbourne or not, you're still good to go. This scholarship is considered. So if you have not applied to study there before, just go ahead, click on this button, and go ahead and select the apply. It will bring you to the page where you can actually put in your application. But if you've already applied and you've gotten an offer already, you just need to come over here and then you apply. The form will display for you and you apply. you apply. Look for the apply button and go ahead to apply. You can see this is the column if you've not applied. If you've applied, I've accepted a research course and all of that, you just go ahead. Have you accepted and deferred an offer for a master's? Yes, no. Go ahead and click the submit form. Based on that, the application portal keeps opening for you. And that being said, when will you know of the outcome? Look at their dates here. Domestic students will receive an offer of research training program scholarship fee offset as part of their course offer, while offers for graduate research scholarships that provide a stipend and fee offset are made separately but around the same time, of course. That being said, you know what you should expect. Now, what are the variations? There are so many other. You have Melbourne Research Scholarship, you have Australian Government Research Training Program, and then you have China Scholarship Council of University. This is a partnership scholarship. While Melbourne Research is for high achieving both domestic and international students, while the scholarship is supported by the Australian Commonwealth Government and offered by the University of Melbourne to high achieving domestic and international. So, whichever of these scholarship you want to consider, they are generous enough. Just go ahead and put in an application for it. Now, let's check the language requirement. Of course, to every course you want to study, you need to know what is their language requirement. Language requirement, and this is the language requirement column. You can see when you apply, you need to meet the following. Now, what is the language requirements? Non-English speaking background, you must meet. You need a TOEFL, you need a person, Cambridge exam, English, advanced certificate in whichever it is. Just go ahead and see. Now, applicants who have completed an undergraduate degree or a graduate degree of at least 2 years duration do not need to tender any of those. You may satisfy. Now, if the degree was completed within 2 years of your commencement of study there, if you graduated 2023, 2022, as the case may be, even 2021, depending on the month. If you're graduating in December and your program is starting in December, then you would have been over 2 years. But if you graduate in December 2022 and your program is starting in July or September 2024, as the case is usually, then you fit in that requirement. Outside that, if you've graduated and between 2 to 5 years of your study at the University of Melbourne, you've actually been working in an English environment, you just need to get a letter from your employer stating that, okay, you've been working with them for the past few years, and English and the language of communication, working language is English, and you'd be waived. Now, if you have more than 5 years of your commencement to study there, if you have been or undertaken and completed a degree in any of the following countries, you are exempted. Now, let's look at this country in designated 1 and 2. You can see course specific requirements, of course, for English language. But whatever the case is, Nigeria and several other African countries are exempted, and quite a number of countries. So let's see what other requirements are there. Let's see. Number 1, countries 1, English speaking countries of Antigua and Barbuda, Australia, Bahamas, and all of that. You can see them, read through them. You have Canada here, exception of Quebec. Quebec is a French-speaking state within Canada, and so they are exempted from this country 1. You have United States of America, you have Northern Ireland, you have Scotland and Wales, you have Trinidad and Tobago. You have so many. Now, predominantly English-speaking countries, you have Botswana, you have Canada and Quebec, inclusive this time around. In the first one, Quebec was exempted, but in the second one, Quebec is included. Now you have Ghana, you have Hong Kong, you have Israel, Kenya, Lesotho, and you can see Nigeria here, my country. Here is Nigeria. So Nigerians, you do not need language test or even letter of English proficiency from anyone. Just go ahead and put in your application. But if you have it, it's not a wrong idea, of course. Now, another evidence of work sufficient documentation includes. Now you need to provide all of it. Now, if your institution is in another country, to demonstrate this, you will need to submit the following: a letter of an official letter, a letter on official letterhead, or an email from an official staff member email account, either from the academic which specify either that all degrees. So you could now outside of these countries, now you can submit a letter from your school, English language proficiency letter. And with that being said, you can go ahead and view your courses by the requirement. With that being said, you can go ahead and check how do you go ahead to apply. You see how to apply, choose your course, check eligibility and fees. Of course, we've done that. Prepare your documents, submit your application, wait for application outcome, search for scholarship and plan for accommodation. So let's go ahead to see how do you just go ahead and look for where to apply. See, you can see under the prepare document, you can see your online application. Go ahead and click on it to take you to the interface where you can put in your application. Click on the apply online and you're getting set to put in your application. That being said, I hope that this guide helps you to put in your application for a fully funded scholarship in Australia. See you soon.